In this episode of Hardwood Floor TV, see how this botched handyman's square buff sand and finish job was turned into a jewel by seasoned hardwood pros. Pictures taken before the work started told the story. We learned from the homeowner, a handyman attempted to refinish this 2¼ inch red oak strip floor. Folks, even though you may think you're saving a ton of money, think about the final look, not to mention how long your house will be torn up once they botch the job and you find a real pro to fix it. We also learned the handyman used a square buff sander rented from one of those, well, you know the place. Folks, that tool ain't gonna cut it. This older floor needs serious equipment for another life, as we start with a rough 36 grit paper on the drum sander. And what about those Grand Canyon cracks in the floor? It was obvious no filler was even considered by the handyman. Here the finisher hits the heavy ones prior to trowel filling the entire floor after the first complete pass with the drum sander. I don't think I've ever heard of a square buff edger, have you? An edger is a tool the pros use to sand around the wall lines to create an even consistency with the drum sand. Here the finisher starts with the rough grit edging. Here more crack filling continues with the floor filler around the perimeter. Moving along, or once the filler has dried, the finishers continue to sand the floor with progressively finer grits of sandpaper. This includes drum sanding and edging the entire floor again. Once all the big machine work has been completed, the fine-tuning of scraping and lightly sanding corners or where the edger cannot reach is taken care of. The next step involves disc sanding the entire area. This final step in sanding takes care of any sanding marks left behind by the drum sander and ties in the edging area for a final and consistent smooth as a baby bottom surface ready for the coating of the floor. Finally, the areas are vacuumed and the application of finish begins. For floor finish applications, check out the finishing section of hardwoodfloortv.com. Work performed by Al Havner & Sons, Metro Detroit. Visit Al at alhavner.com.